Valentine's Day is almost here, and if you are a product-based business owner, this is your moment to shine. But here's the thing, how do you make your product stand out in a sea of pinks and reds? If you are struggling to take those scroll-stopping product photos that get your customers saying, "Oh, I need this," don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, I am breaking down the exact steps to plan, shoot, and edit stunning Valentine's Day product photos that practically sell themselves. Stick around because I'm also sharing some must-have freebies that will save you time. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Monique. I help small business owners take beautiful, professional quality product photos using their smartphones or their cameras. As a product photographer, I know how much high quality images can boost sales. In today's video, we will dive into my foul-proof process for Valentine's Day product photography. I'll share tips in pre-production shooting and editing so that you can create images that tell the story and connect with your ideal customers. Plus, there are a few freebies you'll want to grab to make this even easier. Let's dive in. When preparing to take photos, I like to break the process into pre-production, production, and post-production phases. The purpose of each step is to simplify the photo taking process by planning for each phase. So the key is to prep for the photos ahead of time so that you can execute each step successfully without major frustration and promote your products within a 3 to 4 week time frame. Let's break down each phase a little further into details. The first phase is pre-production. Before you pick up your camera or smartphone, there is one critical step you cannot skip, which is planning. This separates rushed, low-quality photos from professional, scroll-stopping images that grabs your customer's attention. Let's break this down into even further components. First thing you want to know is, what is the product you are going to photograph? What are you offering for Valentine's Day? This is important to decide on the type of product you're going to feature. Is it a dessert? Is it a candle, or is it a homemade accessory? The product will determine everything else, such as your theme, your props, or even lighting. For example, if you are photographing Valentine's Day cookies, you might want to highlight their cute heart shapes or intricate frosting details. Next, what are the colors, or are you coming up with a theme? Think about your colors. Valentine's Day is synonymous for reds, pinks, purples, but don't be afraid to go beyond the traditional palette. Soft pastels, bold, monochrome, or even metallics can create a unique look. Your goal is to tie your product to the holiday while making it stand out. What mood or story do you want to tell? How do you want your customers to feel when they look at your product? This is where the magic happens. Are you going for romantic, playful, or elegant? For a romantic feel, include rose petals or candles. A playful mood, try sprinkles. And a fun prop like conversation hearts. The story you tell will resonate with your customers and make them envision giving or receiving your product. Now, this is probably my favorite section, which is backdrops and props. Let's talk about backdrops. A plain white backdrop works wonders for clean, professional photos, especially if you're selling on Etsy or Amazon. For a more styled look, use colorful cardstock, texture vinyl, or replica surfaces. Need inspiration? Check the description for my free Valentine's Day prop list. My personal favorite Valentine's Day props are things like flowers, mini gift box, and themed napkins. Simple items that will elevate the product without stealing the attention from the product. By the way, I am a Replica Surfaces ambassador. Their backdrops are my absolute favorites for creating elevated professional looking photos, and I use them in almost every shoot, especially for client work. If you are curious to check them out or want to grab one for yourself, use the special link below to get 15% off your purchase. Plus, when you shop through my link, you're directly supporting me in creating more helpful content and sharing my favorite backdrop styling tips with you. Thank you so much for your support. It really, really means the world to me. Now back to the video. Where will you be shooting your products? If you don't have a dedicated photo space, no problem at all. A flat tabletop or even a TV tray plus good lighting can work wonders. Just remember that natural light will appear differently at certain times of the day. So locating the best places to shoot is important. And if you are shooting at night, softboxes or ring lights are your best friend. I have a free guide on the use of both natural light and your softboxes. Check out the description below. Next, you want to plan for the shoot day. Here's a tip. Try not to prep and shoot on the same day. Now, notice I did say try. I know sometimes things just don't go according to our plans, but if you can separate the shoot day from the prep days, then you'll save yourself some time and frustration. I mean, at least for me, that's what I do. But gather your props, your backdrops, your equipment ahead of time so that you're not scrambling at the last minute. Trust me, it makes the actual shoot so much smoother. So if you can definitely shoot on separate days, this calls for proper planning and everything. It will definitely make the shoot a whole lot faster and smoother. But if you're like me, plenty of times I have the plan to shoot on a separate day than what I gather my products. It just didn't happen that way. So I'm gathering products at the same time and then I'm shooting. If you're going to do it on the same day, at least give yourself like 30 minutes to an hour in between setting up the scene, gathering your props, and then also actually shooting the scene. As for me, from my experiences, and again, it's all up to you and how you operate and how you run things and how you do things and how your mind is structured. But for me, I sometimes will get frustrated if I'm trying to gather all of my props and then jump right into shooting. Then I feel like I'm rushing the photo shoot. In actuality, I don't want to rush it because I want to make sure that the product photo is exactly how I envisioned it and that the photo don't look rushed and like kind of thrown together. But again, just a tip. The next phase is production. This is the day that you actually do the shoot. Now comes the fun part, actually taking the photos. This is where your planning pays off. Let's go step by step to make sure you get the best result. Okay, first and foremost, in this phase, you want to check your equipment. When using your camera, set your aperture and shutter speed to match the lighting conditions. And for smartphone users, don't forget to clean your lens. Next, set the scene. Start by placing your product in the center of your setup. Then add your props and backdrops to frame the product without overshadowing your product. Remember, the product is the star of the show. For example, if you're photographing chocolate, you can use soft lighting, a dark velvet backdrop, and just a few rose petals for a luxurious feel or a sexy feel. Experiment with angles and composition. Don't settle for one shot. Try overhead shots, close-ups, side angles to showcase different details of your product. Use the rule of thirds to create balanced, visually pleasing images. For instance, place your product on one of the intersecting lines in the frame to leave space for potential text or branding, just like I did in this photo. This is something cool that a lot of people neglect. You want to try to capture behind the scenes footage as well. Customers love seeing the process behind your photos. You can set your phone or your camera on a tripod to record behind the scene footage of you styling your photo shoot, making the product, or even packaging the product. It is a great way to connect with your audience and add more content for your social media. I can't stress this enough. Make sure that you are taking extra shots. Always take more photos than you think you'll need. Take different angles, lighting adjustments, and compositions to give you the option to choose the best images later. Trust me, you'll thank yourself during editing. Also, when you are taking these images, multiple images, just don't snap, 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 photo, 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 snap, 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 without first checking the image. What I like to do, and what you should be doing, is snapping a photo, look at it. Oh, do I need to make any adjustments? Okay, sure, I need to make some adjustments. Let me adjust, snap the picture again, look at it. Do I need to change the lighting? Do I need to change any reflections? Are there too much reflections? Do I want it darker? Do I want to add more props? Is everything symmetry? And check your photos after each image. It's very important because you just don't want to snap, 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 snap without looking to see what you're snapping or taking a photo of. Next thing you know, you got 1,000 pictures, exaggerating when I say 1,000, but you have multiple images of the same scene setup. Nothing's changed. and then you wonder why there's no storage on your phone. Guilty. Talking to self. All right, post-production. Once your shoot is done, pat yourself on the back. It is time to polish up your images. Editing transforms good photos into great ones, so do not skip this step. This is so important. Then you want to organize your files. Start by organizing your photos. If you're using a smartphone, create an album for Valentine's Day shoots. If you're using the digital camera or mirrorless camera, label your files by product name or date. This will save you so much time later. I cannot tell you how many times I've taken photos and did not label them, and then I'm going later to try to find those, and my organization skills sucked. And so I can't stress enough, make time to, once you finish your photo shoot, go back in your phone or your camera. Once you upload or download from your SD card, make sure just go ahead and label those files right away. It'll save you so much time and frustration. Or am I telling on myself? It saves me time and frustration. Edit for impact. My favorite tool for editing on my smartphone is Lightroom Mobile. It is free, easy to use, and perfect for quick color correction. However, I do have the paid subscription for Lightroom Mobile. It does give you a little bit more tools and options to use to edit your photos. But either way, Lightroom Mobile is a great app. Another app you can use is also Snapseed. Very great. Again, but my preferred tool on my mobile phone and also on my camera when I'm using my digital camera or my mirrorless camera, I like to use the Lightroom app on my desktop. And honestly, the thing that I like to do is when I'm doing my editing, the first thing I do is crop. Cropping allows you to really fine-tune areas on your photo that either you want to zoom in with, or even when I'm taking a photo, I capture like the whole entire scene. So sometimes I might capture my wall or the chair, but I'm really focusing on the main subject. And then once I go to editing, I get to crop my wall and my chair out of the scene so that you're only seeing the product itself. For Valentine's Day, you might want to boost the reds and pinks slightly to make the image pop, but don't overdo it because you can like make the picture look unrealistic. You don't want that look. Again, crop and resizing to fit the platforms. So every platform has its requirements. For Instagram, a square or vertical crop works best. If you're using the photos for a website, keep the resolution high for professional look. You don't want your picture looking pixelated. That's not going to track your ideal client. Then if you want to, this is optional, but you can add your branding, like your logo. If you are adding your logo, place it like in the corner of the image to avoid placing it in the center. It can distract from the product and look very unprofessional. Now, here's my pet peeve. Y'all know I love y'all. And when I give you tips and tricks and hints, it's all out of love. But please stop placing your logos directly over your product. You are killing the image of the product, because the first thing I'm noticing, or even your potential client is noticing, is your logo is overshadowing your product. I see your logo first before I even see the product. Your logo, if you're going to use a logo, should be in a corner, right, left corner of the image, or very, very slightly tiny right below the actual product on the image. And honestly, most professionals, and we know you're not trying to be a professional photographer, you just need to know how to take beautiful photos of your product. We know that, but you're going to treat your photos as you are one of the top brands in the magazine, okay? Most of these people don't have logos on their image. But again, if you must, please do not place your logos directly over the image. And then you want to change the opacity, make it not so bright and bold, maybe dim it a little bit so that it's not a distraction from the actual product. And if you're worried about somebody stealing your images, you need to learn how to do metadata on your image. And yes, you can do metadata through your smartphone or on your digital camera or mirrorless camera. I digress. I'm off my soapbox. Let's continue. Y'all still love me? The next step is publish and promote. Now that your photos are ready, start promoting. Post them on your social media, update your website listing, use them in email campaigns, and don't forget to engage with your audience. Ask them which photo is their favorite, or how do they plan to celebrate Valentine's Day? What are they going to buy from you? So if anything, please keep in mind that Valentine's Day is a holiday that a lot of people go out and they look to support small businesses or or they want customized products for their loved ones. So make sure that your images of the product that you will be offering for Valentine's Day accurately depicts and displays what your customer will be purchasing from you. That's it, your complete guide to taking gorgeous Valentine's product photos. Remember, planning is key, lighting makes the difference, and editing ties it all together. Be sure to grab your freebies in the description below for props, angles, and lighting tips. If you're ready to take your photography to the next level, check out my course linked below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips like these. Now, go and create some amazing photos that will get your customers clicking add to cart. Until next time.